Hey guys, what's up? So we've got a brand new card coming to Yu-Gi-Oh! This is a support card for Jim Crocodile Crook, who was one of the main series characters on the third season of Yu-Gi-Oh! GX. He was one of them who came from one of the different academies to join the students of Duel Academy for their final year. He is their top duelist, and he specialised in basically a rock type deck, which used cards from both yours and your opponent's graveyards to fusion summon these higher level fusion monsters, which is the theme of his archetype. So we have Fossil Dragon Skullgios. It is a rock fusion effect monster. It's a level 8. And it requires a rock-type monster in your graveyard and a level 8 or higher dinosaur-type monster in your opponent's graveyard. Its effect is this card cannot be special summoned except with Fossil Fusion. That's the fusion card. It's a very specific version of something like Polymerization. If this card attacks, you can switch the attack and defense of the attack target during the damage step only. If this card attacks a defense position monster whose defense is lower than this card's attack, inflict the difference as battle damage to your opponent. Well, for starters, this card has 3,500 attack, so it's quite a decent beat stick monster. It does have 0 defense, so it is susceptible to being changed by its battle mode. If it gets changed to defense position, you can have anything pretty much run over this. It was used in a duel between him and Hasselbury, as that was the dinosaur duelist who came into Yu-Gi-Oh! GX as of Season 2. The ability to switch attack and defense of the attack target is actually quite decent, considering a lot of monsters that have high attack or high defense tend to have a weaker in the other stat. Therefore, you're able to run over other monsters quite easily. Again, if you were to face a version of this card as well, on your opponent's side of the field, you could do the same thing. And the other aspect is being able to do piercing damage. This isn't particularly that strong an effect. However, it does what it does. It's not a bad card, and again, it's relatively easy enough to get out. The problem is, if your opponent isn't running a dinosaur-type monster, then you're going to need to find a way to make their graveyard dinosaur-type in order to deal with the fusion requirement. What do you think of this card? Is this something you like? Could you see it possibly being made any better? Any alternative versions? Do you think there'll be specific support coming out for this? Or is this just a high beast monster that can be easily dealt with? I mean, it's not necessarily the best card. The archetype itself, Yu-Gi-Oh! GX, was in the early 2000s, I think 2004, 2005, something around that time. So this has been easily power crept. If you look at cards like Ultimate Conductor Tyranno, that can flip this immediately face down in defense mode, and can be easily run over that way. It's also susceptible to having no battle protection or effect protection. So you could use cards such as Lightning Storm, Dark Hole, Raigeki, and various other monster effects as well, to destroy this card. What do you think it's going to be a viable option in the future? Leave your comments down below, like the video if you enjoyed it, and don't forget to subscribe.